Hi, welcome back to Hill's Kitchen. I had this idea earlier this month and I was like, okay, when do I want to roll it out? I was trying to wait till the summer, but I was like, no, go ahead and start. So this series is the fruit of the spirit, where all the recipes have fruit, but we're talking about different fruits of the spirit. So today's episode is fruit parfait and peace. If anybody knows me, you know I'm a big fan of peace. Like, I don't play when it comes to peace. And that's because I've lived a bit of a crazy life where I didn't always have peace. And so now I don't play about it. This is literally the easiest recipe of all time. They say it only takes 5 minutes, so hopefully I don't talk too much. But I just have, a Nature Valley bar for granola, some almond milk yogurt like last time, and some chopped fruit. Have a cute little jar. I'm ready for the aesthetic. I couldn't find an actual definition of peace in the Bible, which is a little weird. So I just went to Merriam-Webster, looked at the definition. So apparently peace means freedom from disturbance or tranquility. And I was like, okay, all right. Not just trying to melt. Oh no. They say you're just supposed to alternate layers. So here we go. I feel like this jar is bigger than... A good thing I bought two. This jar is bigger than the amount of yogurt I actually possess. Anyway, I feel like peace is a little complicated because I think people feel like peace is just, oh, well, I'm happy and I'm at rest. But it's deeper than that. If that's associated with your circumstances, then you'll feel like you can't have peace if you're busy, if things are really high energy, high octane in your life and hectic. And so then people feel like, oh, in order to have peace, I gotta have nothing going on in my life. Or, I can only have peace if I go be still, be withdrawn. And I feel like peace, like they said, is just tranquility. You can have 1,000,001 things going on in your life, but be in a state of peace because of where you're at mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, one would say, what does that really look like in today's world? I mean, I will argue living in peace is like calmness from within that you can maintain and sustain regardless of what's happening around you. Listen. The world can't give it and the world can't take it away. If you looking for everything else to give you peace, you'll always be struggling. You'll always be going through something because the world just really isn't set up that way to give you peace and sustain it for you no matter what. I'm going to do it like this so that we can get the visuals. I got to scoop this very strategically because I want y'all to be able to see. Right. This is exciting. This is hot. Ooh, let me crumple my granola. Anyway, I'm still talking. I'm not distracted. People feel like peace can be accomplished through a certain tax bracket or a certain social status or some level of validation, whether it comes from your family or your friends or social media. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. Peace can only come from God. I'm not even joking. Let me look at the camera and not be multitasking. Peace can only come from God. When peace is tied to a circumstance or situation or a material possession, the moment that goes, your spirit is disturbed, right? But true peace is solid. It's not going nowhere. So it's ideally your peace will have to tie to something higher, something deeper, because again, the world can't give it and the world can't take it away. So if your peace is tied to God, you good. Because you're you know what? I trust the plans he has for me. I trust that I'm going to be okay. It's all going to work out for my good and for his glory. When you really sit with stuff like that, then you're I'm not going to trip. I'm not going to trip. Even though I don't have what I think I need and I'm not where I would have hoped I'd be, I'm still good. I'm still solid. I wanted to obviously have some scripture for the girls because... what y'all not finna do is say I don't know my Bible or I'm pulling all of this out of my you-know-what. I am not. My Bible is very clear. So again, the anchor verse for the series is Galatians 5:22. I know it a little bit by heart, but I had to make sure so I don't misquote. And if I mess this up, please don't drag me. So Galatians 5:22, for the fruit of the Spirit is, there's 9, okay? Watch this space. For the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against these things there is no law. Clear. Full stop. Period. Other verses that were very specific to peace that I was oh, somebody needs to hear this today is Romans 8:6. For the mind governed by the flesh creates death, but the mind governed by the Spirit creates life and peace. And I'm like, ooh, that's a bar. That's a little heavy, a little oily. Why? Because it's straight up saying that, like, you're not really going to accomplish true peace in this life without the Spirit, without God. And again, when you're moving off your flesh, what you want to do, whatever you think is cool, trendy, hip, whatever, it's going to create death, because there's nothing stable in that. There's nothing centering in that. Like, you will truly be tossed by the wind. And that's the opposite of peace, because peace begets stability, security, and trust. How can you have that without the Spirit? Here today, gone tomorrow. Like, again, the job can't give you peace. The money can't give you peace. The relationship can't give you peace. Like, yes, it can add to it, right? But it can't be the foundation. It can't be the core of it, because if anything then changes within that, it's lights out for you. And that's not cute, which is why it makes sense how people have midlife crises or quarter life crises and stuff like that, because everything that was giving them happiness, peace, joy, all the fruit wasn't from the Spirit. So the moment everything goes left, it's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Like, it's just like, it feels like a death, right? And that's not to be shady. I'm just saying, like, I think those deaths are necessary, which I talked about in the identity crisis episode. I think those deaths of self are necessary, A, because the Bible says you're supposed to die to your flesh daily, right? But then B, if those things can be stripped from you and it feels like a huge death, that is an opportunity for you to recenter, for you to get clarity and get real about what your priorities need to be. It's okay for you to be joyful and excited about different things and to experience happiness and joy and peace from different situations and environments and people. However, they can't be the core of it. They can add to it, they cannot be the core of it. Life will have you thinking, the sooner I create this perfect curated life, the better. And that's when I'll be happy, that's when I'll have peace, that's when I'll feel settled. And I got news for y'all. That stuff comes and goes, you know? I feel like I have more peace now than I ever did in my entire life. Mind you, I'm not in the dream city. I'm not in the dream relationship. I'm not in my, like, dream finances, dream career. I'm not doing none of the sort. Doesn't mean I'm not in pursuit of those things or I don't care about them anymore. It's just that peace from God is priceless. I can wake up every day with a smile on my face. Like, I'm not tripping. I'm still in the process of running my best race. Absolutely. However, I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh, well, I can't experience peace till I have those things. I've been through some wild stuff. And many times people are like, I don't see how you're still smiling. I don't see how you can still get up in the morning. I don't see how you're, like, still working amidst everything you're going through. And I'm just like, why not? Like, I'm gonna still be faithful. I'm gonna still be a good steward. I'm gonna still be salt of the earth. That's gonna get done. Like, no matter what I'm going through, y'all need to know. The other verse I'm gonna say is Hebrews 12:14. Real ones know. If not, that's okay. No judgment. And this is where we're really gonna get into tea. It says, make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy, for without holiness you will not know the Lord. And it's like, okay, like, we're keeping it real, we're going there. Look how good this looks. I kind of messed up the aesthetic, but I think it looks good. Ooh, that's the thumbnail. We did it. Yep. Listen, I'm gonna get my thumbnail. Like I was saying, back to Hebrews. Love Hebrews. I stand Hebrews. The more peace you have from within, the more you're gonna exude that externally. That creates a very tranquil, calm demeanor that surpasses anything and everything you're going through. So that's what people experience and encounter when they talk to you, when they meet you, when they are doing life with you. They're not actually aware of what you're going through because you don't look like what you're going through. You don't sound like what you're going through. You don't smell like what you're going through. I see why God would have me start with this particular fruit of the Spirit, because I think even though this one's tough, it's the gateway. Like, if you can master peace or really start grappling with it more than the others, it's gonna create the other 8 fruits of the Spirit. You realize, okay, this is how I want to live. Like, I'm not bothered. I feel content. I feel settled. And nobody's stuff is really getting to me. I'm not interested in the drama on social media. I'm not interested in people's gossip. I don't really want to be in anybody's business. Like, I just want to be. And then you realize that things that used to matter to you don't. So again, when you hear the hot goss, or, you know, there's breaking news, or things go left at the job, or things get a little crazy in the family, you're just like, Okay. And like, again, it doesn't move you. And half the time you're like, actually, don't even tell me, because it's going to disturb my peace. You're like, I'm good. Like, I don't actually need to know. I don't need to be involved. I like this tranquility, this serenity, this stability that I have emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So please don't contaminate it. Don't be doing the most around me. It really just comes down to that. And when it says, you know, make every effort to live in peace with everyone, that to me says you shouldn't really be beefing with nobody. You should be going out of your way to keep the peace, to resolve matters, to move with virtue, class, elegance, and keep it 100. You shouldn't be out here starting fights, keeping score, being petty, going off on people. Peace will have you really on a short leash because you're just not pressed the way you were before. So you don't feel that need to jump off, to get rough and rowdy, to like take matters into your own hands. You're just like, actually, I'm good. And then that's how, right, when things happen, people are like, oh, I can't believe you didn't go off on them. You're just gonna let them do da-da-da. You're just gonna take that. Like people be saying that. You're just like, yeah, because it's like the battle isn't mine, it's the Lord's, and y'all not gonna get me out of character. You're not gonna catch me slipping. Your behavior is still on you. So even if somebody's really trying it, you engaging with it is still a reflection of you. You're still responsible for that. And let's be real, you're not supposed to be embarrassing God. Like, nor should you be embarrassing yourself. That's not funny. Something always gonna bother you. Somebody always gonna get on your nerves. That's not new. But like, if you can accomplish peace and really nurture it and sustain it throughout time, a lot of things fall away. A lot of things just don't matter anymore. This is done. So I'm about to wrap. And I just wanted to say that I feel like the only way to really maintain peace is knowing what about yourself makes God proud and what about yourself is a work in progress. If you're serious about maintaining your peace, you're aware of what situations, people, places, and things are going to trigger you and get you to wild out. You're like, actually, I don't want to be in that group chat anymore. I don't really want to be going to that club, going to that space anymore. I don't want to be around anything that's going to agitate my spirit, like make me uncomfortable. Again, if y'all are going to do too much, I can't do it. And you also realize there are some ways in which you're contributing to why you don't have peace. Hello? There are some people in your life that are prone to drama and or like begetting some foolishness. And that can bleed onto you even if you yourself have your act together. I have been there and I've had to end friendships with people because I'm like, yo, you are drama. Like, even though you mean well and I love you, you're disturbing my peace because all you want to talk about is drama. And I don't have drama to give you back because I'm actually at peace. I don't get the impression that you want to come out of the drama. That's a tough conversation to have. But the people that you're doing life with and spending all this time with have your ear, and they're constantly pouring, gossip, negativity, drama, clownery, jealousy, competitiveness, anger, spite, bitterness. Like, if you're surrounded by that all the time, whether it's from your parents, your siblings, coworkers, friends, whatever, it will affect you. You will stew in that even if that's not you. And I promise you, get by yourself, get with God, you will actually realize where all that noise and all that ick is coming from. Yeah, some of it's you, but a lot of it is the environment and the people, and you got to get straight with that. And it really just comes with healing and maturity. And that was funny when you were 16 years old, 19 years old. When you grown, it's not funny no more. You're like, actually, can y'all go somewhere with that? Like, actually, like, I don't really want to know your business. Actually, like, baby, I kind of feel like you want to be messy, so I feel like I can't really help you through that. I'm actually trying to do the opposite. I'm trying to scale back. I'm trying to come higher. I don't know who needs to hear this and or was unsure, but things that are creating confusion, chaos, mess, and disturbance in your life are either one of two things. It's either from the enemy or it is God intentionally agitating your spirit to get you to come out of what you're in and that you are not meant to be a part of anymore. I'm gonna wake it up. I feel like in an effort to be in control, do what we want, we will lie to ourselves and say that certain things, people, relationships give us peace and they make us happy. But deep down, whether you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody. Deep down, whether you enjoy being around those people and if what they bring in out of you is something you're comfortable with or not. And who God made you to be. How you're called to act and what you're called to like represent, right? We do kind of like play dumb. We try to play dumb and act like we don't know what we're doing is wrong when we very well know that. And we are blocking our own blessing and our own elevation by holding on to things, relationships, jobs, opportunities, whatever, that are just comfortable. And I'm gonna be real with you, get out of your comfort zone, because many would like to lie to themselves and say that their comfort zone brings them peace. No, it doesn't. It brings you security. But I got news for you. If you really want to do anything like incredible in this life, or you want to experience some miracles, you are going to have to come higher. You are going to have to get your hands a little dirty. Like you're going to have skin in the game. And to have skin in the game, that requires you to let go of the good, the mediocre, and sometimes the great, so you can have the best. Okay, God loves you more than you really give him credit, which means he's not going to let you feel warm and fuzzy in the mediocre, the good, or the great forever, because he's only interested in the best. If you suddenly no longer have peace in that relationship, or you no longer have peace at that job, you no longer have peace in your family, you no longer have peace in the city you're living in, or whatever, good. Because that is your cue to exit stage left. You are holding up the show by holding on to things that no longer serve you and that really do not bring peace. I done gotten in trouble with a number of people in my past because I put them on notice and I said, listen, I've grown, I've changed, so this doesn't work for me anymore. I wish you the best, no hard feelings, but like, because of who I'm becoming and what my priorities now are, I can't really be a part of this anymore. I can't really spend time with you the way I once did. Ain't everybody gonna be able to receive that. But that doesn't mean they come higher than your peace. I have hurt people's feelings in order to do what God has asked me to do, and it did give me peace. Not that I hurt them, but like that I was obedient. You're not gonna understand it in the moment, but one day you will. That's even said in John, if I'm not mistaken. It be like that sometimes, where again, you gotta step out, you gotta be willing to leave things, because God's not gonna let you have peace until you do. I had to, he made me come back. Okay, I'm sorry if that makes the video a little bit longer, but I need us to understand. Peace is that important to God, and so is obedience. And so sometimes they go hand in hand. The girls want to stay in their comfort zone because they think that brings them peace. But at the end of the day, if you on B and God needs you on Q, he will drive you crazy about B so that you start your journey to get to Q. I feel like I needed to add that. Good luck to future me editing, yes. And yeah, peace is not a game. Once you develop it, you got to work hard to maintain it. Whether that's being in your word, worshiping, having quiet time, meditating, praying, and just cutting out the noise. It's an ongoing fight. It's an ongoing struggle because you're constantly growing and evolving the way you should. That means the things that once gave you peace and once felt like they were enough, no longer going to work, because God's not interested in enough. He's interested in the best. Anyway, I really hope y'all take peace seriously, because we ain't got time. Obviously, yes, there are moments where you need to defend yourself, stand your ground, and assert yourself and your boundaries. But a lot of times we're doing that in an effort to be in control and to be seen and to be heard. It would be better for you to just allow yourself to be misunderstood than to do the most in an effort to be coming out as top dog. You know, God's not interested in you being top dog. He's going to protect you, defend you, go before you, sustain you, all of the above. So again, Hebrews 12:14, make every effort to be in peace and to be holy. Baby, if you're trying to be holy, you can't be having a bad girls club moment every other day. I'm going to try this real quick. It's turning colors because I left it in there too long. I'm going to get the granola. This has a raspberry in it. Let's see. No, it's the truth. It tastes fantastic. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I believe my upload days are now officially Wednesdays. In light of me continually posting on Tuesday, Wednesdays, that is where we're at. Bear good fruit, okay? We know the tree by the fruit. So get your piece together. Like, no more games, no more clownery. Get your piece together. That's it. And until next time.